Hello and welcome to Lord Fenton Gaing Plays Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In today's Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition video, we're going to get a nice introduction to Fort Joy, and we're going to be gathering our party. We're also going to find out their story a little bit. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So right now I am going to just explore around a bit my new surroundings and check everything out. Alright, that is cool right there, that little icon with the water on there. It means I'm wet. It means most likely I'll take more electric damage. So I need to be careful in case I get into combat right away with foes who toss electricity at me. Still, this is like nice to sell right here. I gotta remember that. So I'm gonna try to pick up everything I possibly can. Alright, some gold, which I do need. So let's check over here ahead.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Alright, so the statue of the old Source King right here is our waypoint, so we can fast travel to it anytime we want, which is real good. Which is really good. So now I'm going to check everything out. That looks good right there. Loot everything up, which is really nice. So now, there's a kid up ahead. Before I do that, I'm going to check everything, see what I can craft or read. Yeah, if you see any books, you definitely want to read them. Some of them will actually give you recipes, which is very good. Really good. So it'll be easy for you to craft. Crafting in this game is pretty neat so far. I'll show you a few of that up ahead.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? But are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than inside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured, and maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Well, the kid did give us a little bit of information, and I did use my human origin right there to help me out a bit in the dialogue. I think he kind of fell for it, or kind of not fell for it, but still it was great to use. And he has some items I could buy from him. I could also barter with them. So, for instance, I want one lockpick, then I have to give him a whole bunch of items that equals to one lockpick, or actually use the money to even things up. This barter system is pretty good. They definitely brought that back from the first game, which was anyways good anyway. So far so good. So now I know how to buy and sell. One of these days I am going to find a shop that has me a helmet or a hat to get rid of this bucket. I'll give it probably to one of my party members. Alright, that's right there. That's good right there. Now I'm going to combine this right here. I made this by accident, as you're going to see in this video right here. So we got one bottle, and look at that. That is small magic armor potion. That is really good. Wow, that's my first crafting item made. That is pretty neat though. I will have to find more ingredients lying around. Alright, this game's off to a great start with me on the crafting system. So I just need to just search everywhere, and I'll eventually craft goodies in this game. And if I feel like there's something really good to craft, I might just combine all that. So for now I'm going to try a knife and a whole bunch of small sticks here, see what I could make. Alright, let's see here. We'll combine those. Alright, that is bow shafts right there, or I should say arrow shafts. Pardon my mistake. Yeah, it's arrow shafts. I just need to look for arrowheads to make. Unfortunately, rest of the wood became wood chips, so that's the bad news. But the great news is I can make arrow shafts. I'd have to look for small sticks. So I'm going to search everywhere in the environment and then check what else is there. Alright, I just got to remember those wood chips, see if I can make something else with it. If I could look for a stick and then a long stick, I'd probably say, in bowstrings, I can make myself a makeshift bow. Alright, let's see if I could do some more crafting. Let's see if I do get very, very lucky. Nope! It's very nice you want to experiment. No, you cannot do fish with that. Oh well. But still, this game does reward you for experimentation, which is really nice. Plus, if you discover any books you could use, well, you get some nice recipes. That's all I have to say. Really good so far. Crafting system, I think, is pretty good so far. I cannot wait to craft more in this game. And I don't think it does cost skill points in this game. The last game, it definitely cost skill points. Alright, autosave just triggered. That means we have to fight more of those worm things from the last chapter in the last video. So wish me luck.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Alright, that wasn't bad at all. Almost half hit points left, but still, I won the battle. That was real great. So, I'm going to check this body over here.
Drowned and eaten by a void woken. I wonder in which order.
Well, that was a dead magistrate, and I did enact my looting rights in this game, so if I see anybody dead, either by my hands or something else, it's looting rights, unless it, of course, has that red body symbol. For instance, someone's guarding the body, then yeah, I need to be more careful on that. Alright, we get a nice pet named Sir Loca. Now, that was a DLC pet if you got Divinity Original Sin 2, the Definitive Edition. If you didn't get it, you probably have to pay cash for it. But little guy is actually cute. It looks like it's a squirrel on an undead creature, which is really cool. And if I think I read that it will not get involved in combat, so that's great news. If it does accidentally get killed, it'll be in spirit form. I need to remember to save Scum to keep this guy alive for the entire game. He's my mascot. So now I'm going to talk to Red Prince over here. He was on the ship.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further. I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Do not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you need, the warrior you'll have. Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Alright, I have officially recruited Red Prince on the team. He's more of a melee type of fighter, so I turn him into a battle mage for now. I am not going to keep him on my team. I already selected the team I'm going to have. So I'm just going to select them. And I'm trying to do more crafting too in the process. Yeah, that's not working out well for me, but still, back to Red Prince. For now, I am not going to keep him on my team. I have a permanent team. Now, here's the thing, though. If I decide to do another playthrough that's something else different, yeah, I might play an origin story of the other characters. Then most definitely put Red Prince on my team. But for now, I'm just going to loot everything in its sight. And then I'm just going to have him with me for now, just like a bodyguard. You may never know. We might get jumped here. We might not get jumped here. So I'm just going to look around some more, see if there's any more information we could gather, any more goodies on the ground to loot, or better yet, get to town safely. Oh wow, there's a cat.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
And bad news is Red Prince does not have Pet Pal 2, like me. But oh well, the cat is actually following us. So far we got a cat and a squirrel. That's cool. So my ranger, when I level that ranger up, I'll reveal who that is in the video. We'll have Pet Pal, but let's talk to this little girl.
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad some of the others made it out alive too. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
That is very good news right there. The little girl in the collar told us more information, which is good. Information is always good in this game. They sometimes give you clues too, because you may never know. Alright, game did an autosave right there. That means one thing. Something important is going to come up. Most likely a very important choice. So, with Red Prince, temporary ally, Sir Loca, the mascot, and the cat, I think that cat is familiar. I'm sure of it. I'm not going to spoil where I saw the cat from or what point in what game, but still, I'm going to go up here and there'll be a bunch of dialogue ahead.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Whoa! She just cut her own tongue out. After that, me and Red Prince had a nice chit-chat. I think Red Prince is a little bit happy with my decision, but still, now I'm going to make a quick save, then recruit Ifan. That's going to be our ranger of the team, so let's talk to him and start this event.
This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
The intense-looking man stands beside you against the thugs, shooting you an appraising glance. Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
The man rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Good to meet you, lad. Say, you don't look all that busy. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
That's the truth. For me, for you, for everyone in this place. Why not help each other get out of here? The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need? Dexterous arts. What are you looking for exactly? A tapestry embroiderer? Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Let me tell you all what went down. This poor elf woman in a collar was being picked on by ruffians. Ifan and I will not stand for that at all. So she wants to meet us later on. That'll be for another video. However, we did get Ifan, which is really good. We do have to do a job for him. So eventually down the line, I will definitely do a job for him. Besides, it's going to be our ranger. And when I do get level 3 for him, I will immediately get him pet pals. This way I can open up some extra dialogues. So now next up, before we do anything else, I am going to be leveling right now. So I'm going to put that into strength, 1 point intelligence. I'm going to get some necromancy eventually, but I'm going to build some skills towards to get some other abilities, which is good. So that's good right there. I am going to do persuade, since I'm going to be probably the talker of the party. And look like Ifan's alright, and Red Prince I'm not gonna care at all. Yeah, but I'm checking Ifan. Looks good right there. Might have to put points in range, but we'll see about that. Alright, everything looks good. So Lohse is going to be our next companion to recruit. Yeah, we're going to be recruiting our title list. Yeah, I'm going to be making her a title list / enchanter. Maybe a little bit nuking. So for now, I'm going to speak with her and see what's going down with her.
Tired of the view in here yet?
Ifan nods and surveys the horizon before striding on.
You gonna pray all day, buddy? Hey, I know you.
Lohse, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube, and you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? I saw you fall. We all did. Thought you were done for. When we get out of this place, I owe you a pint. So you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? Didn't hear anything unusual, did you? I heard the same thing! Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Lohse's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Lohse, he'd say, Lohse, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what. Ah, it's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit hospitable. Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah, same story here. Reckon in my case, they might actually be right, though. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, don't know if you could tell, but mysticism's kinda my speciality. Let's get into the nitty-gritty while we're at it. What sort of magic are you interested in? No problem. That's already my speciality. Like I said, you nugget. Anyway, sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Now that I have Lohse, the tireless / enchantress / nuker, she's going to be our spellcaster of the group, which is very good. So I'm experimenting right now. While I'm doing that, I'm going to get ready to look at Lohse's stats real quick after I try to do some experimentation. Nope, no luck yet. I probably look for ingredients or recipes. So let's look at Lohse right now. Check her vitals out. That's not good. That's good right there, actually. Arrow, hydro. That's what I want. Good. That's some nice crowd control right there. So this is why I set them up for my melees to destroy, and Ifan to ping them down. So now next up is going to be our rogue of the team. Now the character I am going to recruit is Sebille. Yes, I'm going to be recruiting her, so eventually I will dump Red Prince off and get Sebille into the party. So I'm going to loot everything that is not nailed down. If you see any red, do not loot at all at this point in the game. Yeah, you're way too weak, and besides, I do not have Sebille at all. She's going to be my rogue. So I might be able to just steal everything that's not nailed down and nail down with her. So yeah, I'm going to be developing her into a rogue. So for now, I gave Ifan a bucket too. So our guys have a bucket now. So that's good. Or a busket, depends on what you want to call it. So I'm going to get close. When I do, I'll dump off Red Prince and start the actual process of getting Sebille into the party. Our final member, which is a rogue. Yeah, we're going to do that now.
Deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
Your loss.
I've got that special shipment you was asking after.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was among the sorcerers with whom you fought the Voidwoken down in the hold of the sinking ship. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Who are you? Not so very far from home, I'm sure. This is the turf of Magisters, and Magisters tend to be human, like you.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice a flaw in her diamond features, a curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts, and I've traced that lizard here to Fort Joy. I intend to raise the subject with him. No!
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours. My grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on, give me the details. The quick silence of the dagger, then. Sound familiar? Suits me fine. Lead on. Or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sebille in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side. For the moment.
Alright, that is the whole entire team together. So now next up, I'm going to be talking to everybody to get to know them. So this way for the next video, I'll spend more time on side missions. So here we go on that.
Hey. Hi. Easy. I'd say we get out of this place. Dunno how long they plan to keep us here, but I'd rather not find out. Ooh, so serious. What's up? Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little sauce flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards. At least I went down doing what I loved. Course I do. What's your poison? Well, damn. I never was much of a percussionist, but still. I reckon it's hard to sit still to jungle shakes.
Lohse clears her throat and starts stomping a steady beat into the ground, kicking up dust that dances to the rhythm. Slowly, she claps an intricate pattern above the beat, hips swaying, head nodding. The beat builds into a riot of sound, her hands and feet moving in an inscrutable pattern. She takes a deep breath and starts humming above the rhythm, a sound like a train, like a flock of birds, like nothing else.
Savage hearts in its... in a savage... Oh! I can't. It's nothing, it's... Nothing. Let's keep moving. The sooner I find a way to get this bloody thing out of my head, the better. Ooh, so serious. What's up? How very sweet of you to notice. I know, it's weird. One of the many side effects of the visitor upstairs.
She drums on her forehead with 2 fingers, smiles grimly, and shrugs.
They used to be blue. Oh well.
She bats her eyelashes at you in an exaggerated flutter, then bursts out laughing and punches your arm.
Haha, character. I like that. I'm gonna use that. If I can say nothing else for my current companion, at least I can say it gave me a bit of character. So what's it like, being alone in your head? Peaceful never was my forte. Nope, this one doesn't talk to me. It talks through me. You'll know it when you see it.
Tired of the view in here yet? I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough. Well, I've got a contract to complete. After that, getting the hell out of Fort Misery seems the best option. I figure we track down my inside man, and then we take it from there.
Ifan shrugs off his backpack and reaches into its depths. After rummaging around, he holds out a tattered page to you, upon which you can see a broken wax seal in the shape of a wolf's paw.
Have a read of my contract and find out. So, time to find this Boris fellow. Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. It's my contract. But you can come along for the ride. Good to know. And likewise, with whatever errands of your own you have. As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team.
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for all the world like a wild animal caught in the lantern light of a racing carriage.
Well, why not? Go ahead. That I did, in Lucian's own army. Yeah. Stay out of their way. From the rank and file to the top brass, they're as ruthless as the wildest lone wolf. but the difference? A wolf never tries to hide what he truly is. There's a reason I don't wear order garb anymore, but I don't like to talk about those days. Thanks for understanding. Now, let's keep moving. As soon as I saw that glint in your eye, I knew we'd make a solid team. If you must.
Ifan begins counting on his fingers and muttering to himself. This goes on for quite some time.
43, give or take.
Ifan nods ruefully and barks a laugh.
It's not a competition. It's my job. What else do you want to know? Not much, I'll tell you that. Why? What do you think of them? You and me both, brother. But I'll not let the poor grunts keep me locked up to spare their feelings. Come on, let's poke around and see if we can sniff out some blind spots in their surveillance. I'd say we're making good progress already, no?
Ifan shakes his head, smiling down at the ground.
I think you know enough about me for now. Let's talk more later, when we've made some more progress.
Ifan smiles and salutes at you.
The ravaged among the ruins, that is all we are in Fort Joy. We may see no bars, but we are firmly behind them here and now. As I hunt for answers, escape must ever be on our minds. Ha! Nonsense. We've already cheated death coming here. We have but to cheat the living to leave. Ha! Shouldn't be too hard, trust me. May require some needlework, though. Let's save those for later, shall we? Not quite the thing I tend to share with strangers. Suffice to say, I need to speak with a certain lizard, so let's find him. In a final heartbeat. Why? Did you assume I wouldn't? Ha! As it happens, that invitation is why I let you live. Your flesh is weak. All flesh is weak. But your spirit remained strong as your flesh was being pierced. That I admire. Huh. Hardly. I walked up to the quay, asked for the ship to Fort Joy, and declared myself a sorcerer. I'm here to hunt, remember? Here to play a game of tic-tac-terminate with a special certain someone.
We have now officially gotten the whole entire team, which consists of a warrior with a two-handed sword in the future, which is me, and enchantress, which is Lohse, Sebille, the rogue, and Ifan, the ranger. In our next episode, we're going to do some side quests. This is it for my Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, everyone.